Hey guys, welcome to Morning Motivation on Monday morning. Can't believe it's already Monday again. Today's our off day, so I'm looking forward to trying to relax a little bit more than I do the rest of the week. So this morning I wanted to talk to you actually more about time management. More than kind of a personal testimony today, these are still some tips and tricks that I've been using, but it's mostly information that can really help you throughout the week and help you to reach those goals, which I'm seeing a lot of people really working on setting some goals and struggling with how to make the time for this or how to work this into their schedule and that sort of thing. So I wanted to address some of that. So with time management, I would say one of the top things to do is set up a plan and get it ready ahead of time. So this is what I'm planning to do for the day, or this is how I want my week to look, and setting up a plan. Now that does not mean that you're going to stick to it 100%, because most of us, I'd be amazed. If you can get yourself to stick to your plan 100%, that'd be incredible. For me, it ends up being very flexible and fluid, but at least I have a plan to start with, and I can achieve it at the 90 to, 85 to 90% range of following that plan. So the first thing to do would be to set up a plan, and it'll make it go faster, and also you'll be less likely to forget the things on the list. Because once I find that I start doing a bunch of things, I forget as I'm going along. I'm like, okay, what was I going to do next? Oh, I see this thing over here, and I get really distracted, and then whatever it was that was a higher priority doesn't get done. So making that list, and then you'll be able to remember those things as you go along, or even add to it or take away from it as you need. Okay, ask yourself what may go wrong. I think this is a really important one, because if we are not, if we're just making a plan but we're not considering, okay, who may I run into if I go to the grocery store right now, or where am I gonna end up, or how can I kind of streamline my to-do list so that I can get all these things done at one time, and that sort of thing. So whatever it is, whether you have kids or other factors to factor in, what if dinner burns? What's my second option? Trying to factor in those sort of questions about what may go wrong, and then creating and preparing for that possibility. That's really important to helping you to be able to stick to it more and have a higher rate of success with that to-do list that you have going on. Next would be, I use something called the 30-30 app, so it's 30-30, and I can write that in the comment section after. But this 30-30 app allows me to, like, if I'm trying to get a bunch of things done, say around the house, I'm trying to clean, or I'm trying to get a bunch of business things done, I am very easily distracted, and I'll be like working on something, and then I get really focused on it, and I spend like 2 hours doing one simple, very simple task. And this can be a problem for the rest of my to-do list. I have a lot of things to do. Do I really need to be spending the 2 hours on that one task? No, probably not. So what I've started doing is using this 30-30 app to kind of discipline my time more. So you set timers for each of the different things that you want to do throughout your day. And so this keeps me a lot more disciplined and a lot more active and keeping up with the tasks instead of getting distracted by one thing or another. Because it's like, okay, I got to get through these tasks, and then eventually at the end, I can, if I need to go back and revisit it, sometimes I do add a little bit of time, and that's helpful because you can add like another minute or so, or however long you need, and that's it is helpful. But it also, if you need more of a discipline in that area of like, okay, I need to get these things done, it's really helpful for setting timers and disciplining your schedule. The next is prioritize and delegate. As I've been speaking to a few different people, it sounds like they have a lot of weight on their own shoulders. They take on a lot for other people, and many of them are givers. They are all giving so much of their time and of their resources and everything that they have. And while that is a beautiful thing, I appreciate everything that you do in that way. It's also important to take care of yourself, and part of that is being able to prioritize your plan and then delegate those things that you may not necessarily need to do. So if at all possible, trying to spread those needs to those around you, if their schedules are a little bit less demanding and that sort of thing. So asking, for some it's they're doing a lot of the housework and those sorts of things, and so asking their children to assist in some of those. My mom's on here. I know on Saturday mornings we in our house back in Maryland, we had different chores that we would choose from each day or each week that we would take care of. So cleaning the bathroom or cleaning, we all cleaned up our rooms. Sweeping or mopping or vacuuming, whatever the task was, and we would take care of those on Saturday mornings. And so it was a structure in our house that we all were taking care of those things, and I'm sure that helped my mom out a lot, that she did not have to do all those things. Plus it taught us a lot of responsibility and discipline. So that's for prioritizing and delegating. I also really want to throw this one in there because I feel this one is highly overlooked, and that would be adding in self-care time and adding in an activity of some sort. So we get very caught up in our busyness and trying to do a million things that sometimes we forget to add in the fact that we just need to take care of ourselves. And for a lot of us, that means we neglect exercise and getting outside and that sort of thing, which as the weather's getting warmer, it's a beautiful opportunity to be able to get outside more. And so if you're not including this one in your to-do list, I would highly suggest adding it. And that is just because it's really, really good for you. It's going to help you in the long run to maintain your sanity and take down your stress level and give you a more clarity and peace of mind and allow you to take it easy for a time. So if you're not adding in that self-care time of being active in some way or another, I would highly suggest adding it in. I'm not one to give, I don't really like just giving advice blanketly to everyone because I feel like it's an individual basis. But in this case, activity can look like a variety of different things for each person. And so it doesn't have to be one specific thing, but just adding in that activity, because that's good for every single person. We all need to work on adding an activity into our day. So, okay, so there's that one. And then the final one is just know your goals. What is your objective at the end of the day? And what is going to be your objective at the end of the week? What do you really want to focus on through this time to focus on as like your top priority? So, so for me at the moment, it's like adding 3 new clients a week or something with life coaching. And so with that, I'm focusing on a small goal, but I'm trying to work towards it throughout the week. So as I'm constructing my to-do list or things that I want to accomplish, I'm making sure that I recognize that those are my priority tasks, are trying to work on growing that business. So those are some things that you may want to keep in mind when you're doing time management. Some of them you may have already known, as I feel like a lot of them are common sense, but some of them are things that we tend to overlook or kind of forget about adding into our to-do list. So on that note, I'm about to go work out. I hope you guys have a great Monday morning, and try not to be too hard on yourself and let yourself off the hook sometimes, and keep it real. Bye.